This episode is brought to you in part by spiritpieces.com, beautiful cremation jewelry and glass art pieces for people and pets. You can find them online at spiritpieces.com or head on over to our Every Widow Thing Instagram page and check out the highlight that's labeled sponsors. And please let them know you heard about their company through the Every Widow Thing podcast.
This is Every Widow Thing.
It's time for part 2 of Ashes, We All Hold Frank, where we discuss some very unique things you can do with your loved one's ashes.
I was curious about Holly has a necklace with
Yes.
I would love to create maybe like a piece of jewelry or something for my kids. This is controversial, I'm sure. I'm not a huge tattoo person myself. I don't judge anyone that does that, but I wouldn't mind having someone having a piece of jewelry or something with the ashes. And I haven't even looked into this, but I know you guys
talk about your necklace.
So Toby and I met this jewelry designer in San Francisco that makes reliquaries. Those are like back in Victorian time, you would take a sacred object and put glass over it.
Is it sometimes hair or things like that?
Yes. So when Toby was still alive, our cats died. And they kind of died around the same time. So
I don't know why I'm laughing.
He reached out to, and this is her name.
We're now talking about cats.
I know.
So the jewelry designer's name is Alex Blue. She owns a shop called Modern Relics in San Francisco, and I have so many pieces made by her. And so Toby sent the cat hair to Alex, and I have a necklace with my cat's hair and then little gold teeny tiny initials for their names. And
we should probably put a picture of this jewelry on there because it's pretty in person. But if you hear about it, a bunch of hair and a neck, it sounds awful.
No, it's
hair.
Yeah, no, you would never know. You would never know what it is. So
It's very pretty.
Okay. So flash forward.
Holly has beautiful jewelry in general. She has great taste.
She is our jewelry person for sure.
So we're at the funeral home after Toby died, and I'm like, yeah, I want the cheapest box to be burned and whatever. And I said, and can I have some of his hair? I haven't told y'all this yet. Wow. So I not only have his ashes, I have hair.
I have hair.
And so
I didn't ask.
I went to San Francisco a couple years after he died and saw Alex, and I took ashes and hair. And she was very close to Toby because he would call her every year around my birthday or Christmas and have a piece made for me. So she knew him very well. And this went on for years. And so I went to San Francisco and took the ashes and hair, just a little thing. Okay, so I was able to get into the box where the ashes were, Kira.
Okay.
So it was not the same kind of box as
I
you
need
have.
help with my box.
So I got into the box.
That's got to be cut out.
Toby's box is a little nicer than Frank's box.
Frank's box is definitely just a plastic box.
So I got into
Time for an upgrade.
I got into the ashes and I scooped a little tiny bit out, and so I have a ring that Alex made for me that has Toby's ashes in them. But she still has his hair.
She made something for herself with his hair.
I know. I need to.
What?
I'm going to send her the link to this podcast and tell her you still have Toby's hair. But I could never decide what I wanted. Like, I wanted a ring because we did the ring with the ashes because I wanted a ring to put on my ring finger because I took my
Are you
wedding.
wearing the ring right now too?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get a photo.
But you know what's strange is the funeral home sent me the hair, or somebody sent me the hair.
that's
I didn't
weird.
ask for it.
Really?
No, I didn't ask for anything. I mean, I
Wow.
didn't know how any of that works. Once you're at the hospital, they take the body away. I don't know what happens after that. And then there we are at the funeral.
That's
there we are.
interesting. You didn't ask for it.
No, I didn't ask for it. I'm glad though.
What was that exchange like? Was it just like, hey,
Here's
just
some
an
hair.
envelope gets like slid across the table?
I
like,
don't remember. I mean, like everything
just
else.
Put this in a safe place.
I don't remember any of it. I remember later seeing it, but just there was so much that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in shock.
Well, I don't know
also,
what I would
too-
want to do with his hair. I mean,
Well, I
don't know.
have some unusual options for ashes that I'm going to share with you guys. But I do have one other question about ashes. So you haven't been able to break open your box, Kira. So nobody's getting any of Frank's ashes unless you can get in there.
I'm
sure you could
I'm
get
gonna get
into that.
in this summer.
I'm sure you
because
could
it's
call
the
the
10-year
funeral home.
anniversary. I may just go over there and be like, open this thing for
Can
me
you please
because they're local.
let my husband out?
But
Let him out.
and his sister and his parents have asked for some. So I mean, I got to get that figured
Right.
out.
And then
yeah.
Holly, what about? Oh, and your kid. You want the? Do you think your kids
I
would
like
want
this
some?
jewelry idea.
Yes.
Maybe we don't have any hair. I mean,
Yeah.
Frank was pretty bald.
He was baldy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I thought about doing
Would've been a
like
struggle.
putting some ashes, having something made for the boys, like I don't know, a keychain, like a little, I don't know, something on a keychain.
Yeah.
I was trying to think what would be. I mean, I haven't done it because I haven't come up with what it would be.
Yeah.
I think
for a
Thomas would
boy.
wear a necklace for sure. He would wear something.
Yeah,
I know the girls would.
it can get very expensive to
Bracelet.
do jewelry, but I think they're finding ways to make it less expensive. I found this great place when I was doing research for this episode called spiritpieces.com. Beautiful cremation jewelry and glass art. They have so many different options. And tons of 5-star reviews. So people are really happy with them because it is kind of, it's got to be a little daunting to just ship your ashes off to somebody. But anyway, there are definitely some more reasonably priced options out there for jewelry or other things that you can do besides jewelry, like the cremation glass art. But jewelry and glass art, that's just one way you could go. I actually found a lot of interesting options here. First of all, look, if you want a truly unique send-off, you could just strap your ashes to some fireworks and have a fireworks display.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not,
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of
Cool.
fun, at the celebration of life. Y'all are just staring at me like, no.
I'm
All
just
of
tired.
these services, all of these things that I'm suggesting, just go on Google and check it out because they're offered everywhere. And I don't want to give any specific spots because wherever you live, you'll be able to find something. Another option is the jewelry, the memorial jewelry. Holly, your ring is more of like a capsule type thing that has some ashes
Right.
in
It
it.
kind of looks
Well,
like a mood ring.
Yeah.
well,
A little bit.
It's a reliquary.
Yes, a reliquary. But you can also have your loved one's ashes created into a diamond or some sort of a gem that you put, on a necklace.
I want
or
to add
earrings.
the ashes in my ring also have sparkly white
Glitter.
topaz in there, so it makes it look
Oh.
pretty. So it's not like
No,
it
we'll put a picture of it up
has,
on our
like,
Instagram.
Just a ring full of dirt.
It's just a dirt ring.
That's why we should put it on the Instagram so they can see it. It's
so
very
people
pretty.
Can see it. It is very
I
pretty.
never
That's
would have thought
smart,
of that.
the way that she
but-
does that because it's mixed in.
And you would think that you need, okay, first of all, for those who don't have ashes, you actually get a lot of ashes.
This is I don't
It's
even
heavy.
know how
Frank
much
is
this
heavy.
weighs, but it's heavy.
Yeah, it's
gotta be.
It's a lot.
10
And so
pounds?
when you
15.
use
That's
these
gotta be at least
ashes
15 pounds.
to create jewelry or something, you haven't even barely scratched the surface. Like you could do all of these things and still have some.
I got a lot of
left over.
ashes over here.
to the cat.
Yeah. Oh,
Back
we're
to the
talking about
cat
the
hair.
cat.
I would love to hear
Um,
from our listeners, like who did what, like who did
Yeah.
ashes,
yeah,
who
that's a
did
good idea.
burials, what and what age you are, because
Shake it.
like
It got
I
little.
also
it
like
has
from
little
different countries
gold
since we're in 40 different
initials.
countries now.
Yeah.
People, different cultures. What are the different cultural differences?
Right.
What do you do? Like,
right.
Yeah, that would be
in
really
different countries, what do they do?
Right.
Very cute.
All right. Another option for your loved one's ashes is you could take them on a trip around the world.
Yeah.
Just like Frank got in the car today. Yeah. You don't have to take the whole box. You can take a little bit of it, but then you can scatter it at all the places. You know, like Hunter and I never got to go to Italy, but it would kind of be interesting to
give it to Ryder. He's about to
bit of ashes over there.
I've heard widows that travel with little portions, baggies, and sprinkle so they're on the trip with them, or they're
I think that's nice.
Toby,
just put it in your carry-on so they don't lose it. That'd be
really
awful.
What were you going to say, Toby?
Toby, he was 49 when he died, and he wanted to go to Australia and New Zealand for his 50th, and so I'm going to take him.
Yeah, Hunter was planning a trip to Machu Picchu. I should take him, but I'm sure you have to be careful. I'm sure you can just.
Well, you're not taking the whole box. I mean, I would just
a little
take
bit,
a little baggie.
Just do it on the down low.
At the airport, if they've because they do look, if you have like medications and you're like, this is ashes. I wonder what that would look like at the airport in certain countries, because I know that if you have a prescription and you're traveling in certain parts of Europe, if they find it, you better have a doctor's note. It isn't just what's on. I just learned that.
Travel with the death certificate to prove that it's actually the ashes.
Yeah.
Holly and I both got tattoos of our husband's handwriting, but you can actually get a tattoo mixed with your loved one's ashes and do the tattoo with the ashes. So if I had known that, I probably would have done that.
My husband died of Group A strep. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, maybe don't do that for him.
That's not happening.
Another cool, interesting thing to do with your loved one's ashes is you can shoot them into space, apparently. That is an option.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure some of this is very expensive. I don't have the price.
Is this a Bezos or an Elon thing? Which one of them?
This particular place uses meteorological balloons filled with helium to carry biodegradable urns to the edge of space. Once the balloon reaches 100,000 feet, it bursts and scatters the ashes across the earth. So that's one option. I don't know. Yeah. Or you buy a seat on somebody's spaceship.
What about the place that you can make diamonds?
Yeah. So there are places where you can make diamonds. The jewelry can get very, very expensive if you're creating a gem. I found a place where they will make glass art to put on like a paperweight or a beautiful hummingbird.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. Things like that. And it was in the $200 range, and it was very, very beautiful. You can also put your ashes and make them into a sculpture. There's lots of artsy things that you can do. But yeah, I really liked the idea of creating art glass. And they had
go on Etsy and type in.
I just went in Google and typed in, what can I do with these ashes?
Yeah.
And all these different ideas came up. So
there's no rush. I obviously, we're coming up on 10 years and I'm just now thinking about it. Maybe there are people that dive in sooner, but
they're not going bad. Those ashes, especially in Frank's box.
There's no expiration date.
There's
Wait, let me check the box. Maybe there is an expiration date.
Well, they've already expired.
Maybe for eating them.
I think we're good.
They're fully expired.
Our husbands are expired.
They are definitely expired.
Oh, there's a 1-800 number on here.
Oh,
see, lots of people need to know how to get in that box.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. We hope we've helped you in some way today, either just laugh or give you some real ideas of what to do with those ashes. We want to encourage you to find us on social media. We've got a Facebook page. We've got a YouTube page. We've got an Instagram. We've got a website, everywidowthing.com. Rate us and review us. Bye.